At number 10 we have the assault rifle. This particular gun is very good for people that are starting out on GTA Online, as you only have to be a rank of 24 to have access to it. It's a very fast gun with just above average damage at 30 per shot. I personally really like this gun and have used it along with a bullpup rifle when I was low level. My wonderful boyfriend has let me kill him about 1,000,000 times to film this video, so thank you very much, Chris. It's not the greatest of weapons, but if you are starting out, it is a pretty good weapon to start with. It's not hard to get to level 24, and from there you should probably use this gun. This is the Yusuf Amir camo. I think it looks really, really nice, and this is it in first person. It's a beautiful gun. Up at number 9 we have the Combat MG. This gun has a reasonably large clip size for its type and also can be doubled by upgrading it at ammunition. I do personally use this gun a lot during heist setups and so forth, as it is very fast and hard hitting with a damage of 45 per shot. As it shoots very fast, that can be very devastating to some targets. This is it in first person. It's a very pretty gun and you can shoot people in the balls with it, so that's great. Up at number 8 we have the grenade launcher. I would have put this weapon at number 1 if it wasn't for the fact it cannot be used in most situations, and it also has a low ammo capacity of only 10. It's a hard-hitting and extremely useful weapon in some situations, especially in Pacific Standard heists when surrounded by a plentiful amount of cop cars. To land one of the grenades on another player requires very good accuracy, but can be devastating, hitting 500 with a direct hit. As you can see, it also can be shot really far away, so it is good for long range as well. This is the grenade launcher in first person. Again, looks pretty bland, really, but I love it. Up at number 7 we have the RPG and the homing launcher. I put these both together as they are equally useful. As you can see, the homing has a lock on, which makes it easy to take out some targets, but much harder when taking out other players in free mode, which is why I suggest the RPG with high personal accuracy for free roam. As you can see, this is my boyfriend's dodging skills. He's actually really good at it. You can obviously hit other players with these weapons, and it also hits very hard. And this is them in first person. I think they look really cool in first person. Up at number 6 we have the assault shotgun. I love this weapon. It can be so useful in situations where you find yourself caught around a lot of hostile NPCs. You don't need great accuracy to land a shot. It shoots off several bullets at a time and hits 32 damage per bullet. It's an absolutely devastating weapon at close range and also can be shot at long range. However, the further you get away from your target, like most shotguns, the weapon becomes less effective. This is it in first person. I think it looks really cool. Has a very small sight on it. Obviously I've upgraded all my guns to full, so I've got almost everything on them apart from suppressors, as it makes the guns less strong. Up at number 5, surprise surprise, we have the heavy sniper. Definitely a great upgrade from the plain sniper. It does have a slower fire rate than the original sniper, but it hits a hell of a lot more. The range on this weapon is absolutely incredible and can reach targets from miles away. You can use the heavy sniper at close range as well, as shown in the video. However, it's quite difficult to be as accurate with it and land a shot, especially as it is so slow. You really have to time your shots well. At number 4 we have the Marksman rifle. I favour this rifle over the heavy sniper as I use it much more in online. It's devastating in close range, no scoping with this weapon is incredibly fun, and as the Marksman has quite a fast fire rate, it puts you in favour at close range. You can also use it as a sniper. Although it has a locked scope range, you can still shoot people from very far distance. Though it will be harder to crop a kill in with it as it is hard to see with a limited scope, it looks awesome, sounds awesome, and is awesome. It's an incredibly underrated weapon and you should definitely give it a try. Up at number 3 with the Special Carbine. It has an extremely fast fire rate, very high accuracy, and it's definitely my most used weapon for setups, missions, and heists. And I find it very useful in most situations. It's basically an all-rounder. It does 34 damage per shot, which is not immense, but with its high accuracy and fast fire rate, it can be a scary weapon to be against. This is it in first person. I think this is probably one of the better looking guns. In at number 2 we have the heavy revolver. This weapon came recently with the Executives and Other Criminals DLC, and it is certainly not to disappoint. It's a great looking and very hard hitting handgun. It hits 160 against other players and NPCs, and also has a times 1.6% boost when its bullets hit a vehicle. Unfortunately it only has 6 rounds, but fear not, it can absolutely destroy other players with less than that. I think it looks awesome and you should definitely use this in free mode. I think it probably beats the shotgun by a little bit. It's definitely cooler and more hard hitting than a shotgun. And last but not least, in the number 1 we have the AP pistol. I'm probably surprising a lot of people with this one, but as most of my time is spent in the great looking cars that Rockstar present to me and the awesome heist vehicles in each setup, I use this weapon the most. It's extremely fast hitting and hard hitting, even though it was debuffed in the recent update. It is still much better than the SMG as it has much higher accuracy, and it looks awesome, and I recommend you convert to this weapon whilst doing anything that involves hit and run. And our honourable mention is the Minigun. Now the minigun's really hard hitting. I know that a lot of people probably think that's going to be number 1. However, as you need a level of 120 to even access it, I feel like it's a little bit hard to obtain. And it also is pretty OP. Like in free mode you can pretty much pawn everyone with it, and it's pretty badass. You can pretty much get rid of vehicles in like 3 seconds with the minigun. It's definitely up there, but I feel like I didn't want to include it in this list because, as I said, it's OP and it's quite hard to obtain. So, but definitely the minigun. If you are the level to get the minigun, just fucking wreck with it, man. It's great in free mode. I don't think a lot of people use it actually in free mode, but it's really, really good in free mode. The downsides to the minigun is obviously you can't crouch, you can't cover, you can't run with it, so it's quite bad in a couple of situations when you need to hit and run. But in general, it's actually really, really good. Thank you for watching our video. If you like these top 10s, put it down in the comments below and I will make some more. Thank you very much.